kitchen table before him were simple ingredients: flour, clean water, fresh herbs, onions, ginger, spices, and a basket of bones for broth. To many people, it looked like ordinary food. But Jesus said that even ordinary food could become a message of love. He rolled up his sleeves, washed his hands, and looked at the empty pot beside the fire. Today, we're making noodles. Not quickly, not carelessly, but slowly,
câu kinh dâng về Thiên Chúa tiếng ca trầm thiêng ngọt ngào trên đôi môi thắm ân tình trao dâng nỗi niềm lời vọng ngân vang xa bay về trước ngai nơi tòa Chúa ngự cúi xin Ngài đón nhận này là của lễ chân thành bao mến thương nguyện dâng lên Chúa trời cuộc đời trần gian bao mùa mưa nắng nguyện dâng trái tim hồng đã ươm nồng phúc ân Ngài ban.
As the bones simmered, Jesus turned to the table and prepared the dough for the noodles. He poured flour into a wide bowl. He added water little by little. His hands moved slowly, mixing, pressing, folding, and kneading until the dough became smooth.
Why do you press it so
The
hard?
boy stepped closer.
Con dâng
Is this
lên
going to become noodles?
bao ngày hạnh phúc đắng cay trầm
First, it
luân
must be worked by hand.
giọt
The boy
buồn
watched as
trên
Jesus
đôi
pressed the
mi
dough again and again.
với tiếng
It seemed
cười
simple.
nguyện dâng Chúa trời
But every movement had purpose.
đọng lại
Jesus did not
trong
complain
câu
about the
kinh
He did not look
tâm
for his
tình mến yêu
He gave
đêm
his full
ngày
attention to the
sáng
dough in front.
ngời
Then he said,
anh lên từ trái tim hòa nhịp tình yêu trong của lễ hiến dâng nguyện dâng lên Chúa trời cuộc đời trần gian bao mùa mưa nắng nguyện dâng trái tim hồng đã ươm nồng phúc ân Ngài
It changed, he said. Jesus answered, yes, many things change by their place in relation to hands. All morning, the broth continued to simmer. Jesus returned to it again and again. He skimmed the surface. He adjusted the fire. He added what was needed. He waited. Outside the kitchen, people passed by. Some were hungry. Some were tired. Some were carrying heavy burdens that no one else could see. An elderly man stopped near the door and breathed in the warm aroma. A mother holding a child slowed her steps. A poor worker paused with dust on his clothes and weariness in his eyes. The smell of the broth seemed to call to them gently. It said, "There is warmth
đời
here."
con
It said,
như của
"There is rest
lễ
like this."
không
It
hề
said,
ngừng
"You are not
như
forgotten."
tấm bánh
When the broth
luôn
was
để
ready,
dâng
Jesus tasted it carefully. It was rich,
tình
clear,
con
full of
như
depth.
ánh nến
The bones had
luôn
given their
bừng
strength.
cháy
The
trong
spices had released
tình
their
Chúa
fragrance.
sáng
The
như
onions and
hương
ginger
đăng
had softened into sweetness. What began
xin
as
dâng
separate
Chúa
ingredients
trọn đời con như làn gió nhẹ quyện làn hương của tình Chúa đẹp còn
Then he
chia
added
sẻ
thin slices of
cho
tender meat.
nhân
He poured the
thế
hot broth over them, and the steam
trọn
rose
đời
quiet
con
Ngài
Jesus looked into
chọn
the doorway
con
where
tuy
people had
không
gathered
có chi là công, con
Jesus
không
carried the
xứng
first fruit
như
of the
Ngài mong.
The man received it with trembling hand.
Tình con quá thiếu thốn để đền đáp như
He gave another
giọt
bowl to the
nước
tired
xanh
mother,
với
the child being
biển
close to
đông.
his knee, smiling as the Lord touched his face.
Xin dâng Chúa trọn đời con như làn gió nhẹ, quyện làn hương của tình Chúa đẹp con chia sẻ cho nhân thế.
Quiet sound.
Trọn đời con là lời mang sứ điệp tin mừng, là dòng sông mang đến cho nhân trần phù sa chứa chan hồng ân.
Jesus spoke to the large pond was nearly empty. Each of the voices looked so long that disappeared so quickly. Jesus smiled. Love is never wasted because it is received. The boy looked at the empty bowls. He saw more than food. He saw comfort. He saw kindness. He saw people who had arrived hungry, leaving with hope. As the sun began to set, Jesus cleaned the table. The flour was gone. The bones had given all they could. The fire was low. But the room still held the warmth of what had happened there. The boy stood beside Jesus and asked him, "Will you make noodles again?" Jesus looked at him with gust. Fire gives yes, he said.
Đời con
Whenever people are
như
hungry,
của
here's what
lễ
our love to do.
không hề ngừng,
That evening, the village felt
như
different.
tấm bánh
Not because there had been
luôn
a
để
feast of
dâng.
goods and luxury, but because Jesus had shown them that love can be found
Tình
in the slow
con
simmer
như
of the pot,
ánh
hands covered with
nến
flour,
luôn bừng cháy trong tình Chúa sáng như hừng đông.
The lesson of the noodles was simple.
Xin dâng Chúa trọn đời con như làn gió nhẹ, quyện làn hương của tình Chúa đẹp con chia sẻ cho nhân thế. Trọn đời con là lời mang sứ điệp tin mừng, là dòng sông mang đến cho nhân trần phù sa chứa chan hồng ân. Trọn đời con là lời mang sứ điệp tin mừng, là dòng sông mang đến cho nhân trần phù sa
In his hands, even a bowl of noodles can become a story of patience,